why Stoicism might be the key you've been searching for. Life has a way of throwing curveballs when we least expect them. One day everything seems perfectly under control, and the next we're dealing with job loss, relationship problems, health issues, or global uncertainties that make us question everything we thought we knew. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by circumstances beyond your control, you're not alone. Millions of people around the world are discovering that an ancient philosophy called Stoicism might hold the answers they've been searching for. What is Stoicism really? Despite what many people think, Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions or becoming emotionally numb. This common misunderstanding has prevented many from exploring what could be a life-changing philosophy. True Stoicism is about developing mental resilience, emotional intelligence, and practical wisdom to navigate life's challenges with grace and purpose. Founded in ancient Greece around 300 BC, Stoicism was developed by philosophers who understood that while we can't control what happens to us, we can absolutely control how we respond. This simple yet profound insight forms the foundation of everything Stoic philosophy teaches. The word Stoic in everyday language has unfortunately come to mean someone who shows no emotion. But the original Stoics were deeply caring individuals who simply learned to channel their emotions productively rather than being overwhelmed by them. The core principle that changes everything at the heart of Stoicism lies one fundamental principle: the dichotomy of control. This concept divides everything in life into two categories: things we can control and things we cannot control. Once you truly understand and apply this distinction, it can revolutionize how you approach every situation. What can we control? Our thoughts, our actions, our responses, our efforts, and our character. What can't we control? Other people's behavior, natural disasters, economic conditions, the past, and many aspects of the future. This might seem overly simplistic at first, but consider how much mental energy you spend worrying about things completely outside your influence: traffic jams, other people's opinions, weather conditions, or global politics. The Stoics realized that this misallocation of mental resources leads to unnecessary suffering and prevents us from focusing on what actually matters. Ancient wisdom for modern problems. The beauty of Stoicism lies in its practical applicability to contemporary life. The same principles that helped ancient Roman emperors and Greek philosophers can help modern individuals deal with workplace stress, social media, anxiety, relationship conflicts, and personal setbacks. Marcus Aurelius, who was literally the most powerful man in the ancient world as Roman emperor, used Stoic principles to maintain his sanity and moral compass while dealing with wars, plagues, and political pressures. His personal journal, known today as Meditations, reveals how he applied Stoic teachings to real-world challenges that aren't so different from what we face today. Epictetus, another influential Stoic philosopher, was born into slavery and faced circumstances most of us couldn't imagine. Yet he developed a philosophy of inner freedom that transcended his physical limitations. His teachings show us that our circumstances don't define us. Our responses to them do. Practical benefits you can experience today. People who embrace Stoic principles often report significant improvements in several areas of their lives. First, they experience reduced anxiety and stress because they stop wasting energy on uncontrollable factors. Instead of lying awake at night worrying about potential problems, they focus their attention on preparing for challenges they can actually influence. Second, Stoicism improves decision-making abilities. When you're not emotionally reactive to every situation, You can think more clearly and make choices based on reason rather than impulse. This leads to better outcomes in both personal and professional contexts. Third, relationships often improve dramatically. Stoics learn to focus on being the best version of themselves rather than trying to control or change others. This shift in perspective reduces conflict and creates more authentic connections with family, friends, and colleagues. Simple Stoic practices. For beginners, if you're interested in exploring Stoicism, you don't need to read hundreds of pages of ancient philosophy to get started. Here are some simple practices you can implement immediately. Begin each morning by spending a few minutes thinking about the day ahead. Identify what aspects of your day you can control and which ones you cannot. Make a mental commitment to focus your energy on the controllable elements while accepting the uncontrollable ones with equanimity. Practice the view from above exercise. When facing a challenging situation, imagine viewing it from a broader perspective, perhaps from space or from the standpoint of someone 100 years in the future. This helps put temporary problems in context and reduces their emotional impact. End each day with brief reflection. Consider what went well, what you learned, and how you can improve tomorrow. Focus on your own actions and responses rather than judging others or circumstances beyond your control. Why Stoicism resonates today in our hyper-connected world? We're constantly bombarded with information, opinions, and demands for our attention. Social media amplifies both positive and negative emotions, creating an emotional roller coaster that can be exhausting to navigate. Political polarization, economic uncertainty, and rapid technological change create a perfect storm of anxiety-inducing factors. Stoicism offers a refuge from this chaos, not by encouraging withdrawal from the world, but by providing tools to engage with it more skillfully. When you're not constantly reacting to every piece of news or social media posts, you have more mental space to focus on what truly matters: your relationships, your personal growth, and your contributions to the world. The path forward Stoicism isn't about becoming indifferent to life's joys and sorrows. Instead, it is about developing the emotional stability and mental clarity to fully experience life without being overwhelmed by it. It is about finding freedom through self-discipline and discovering peace through accepting what we cannot change while courageously changing what we can. The key you've been searching for might not be a new job, a different relationship, or a change in circumstances. It might be a change in perspective, a shift from trying to control the uncontrollable to mastering the one thing you can truly control: yourself. Whether you're dealing with major life transitions, daily stress, or simply seeking a more meaningful way to live, Stoicism offers time-tested wisdom that remains remarkably relevant. The question isn't whether these ancient principles work. Centuries of practitioners have proven their effectiveness. The question is whether you're ready to apply them to your own life and discover the freedom that comes from focusing on what truly matters.